I'm Christopher Zweig, and today on CJ at the Movies, I dished on two Netflix entries starring Melissa McCarthy and Jake Gyllenhaal, and plus the film version of the Broadway musical Dear Evan Hansen. Let's take a look. Our first movie is Dear Evan Hansen, a disappointing and cynical film version of the Broadway musical about a teenager named Evan Hansen who has social anxiety and writes letters to himself as advised by his therapist. His latest letter gets taken by another teen who kills himself. Ben Platt is a bit too old to be reprising his role as the teenager, while Amy Adams gives a wooden performance as the mother of the deceased, who thinks they were friends.
He wrote it to you.
His last words, Connor took his own life.
Hey, what? I'm sorry, Connor didn't write this.
No, please. It says,
You will be found.
And we didn't think Connor had any friends.
The misunderstanding ends up becoming a lie as the school is so moved by their fake relationship that a foundation is being planned, and he makes a speech about lonely people accepting themselves for who they are.
Connor showed me that I wasn't alone. Nobody is. So let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay.
Dear Evan Hansen was directed by Steven Chbosky, who's made better films like The Perks of Being a Wallflower and Wonder, and the songs were by Pasek and Paul, both brilliant collaborators no less. Unfortunately, the movie is less than perfect as we see these 20-something actors being too old to be playing these teenagers, and how cowardly and uninspired the story becomes. What should have been an uplifting musical ends on a sour note, so skip it. Our next movie is The Guilty, an American remake of a Danish film about a demoted cop turned dispatcher trying to protect a woman who claims to be kidnapped by her ex-husband. Jake Gyllenhaal stars as the dispatcher, and he gives a fine performance when he struggles to get all the help he needs to save her.
You have air support available?
Negative. Air support is grounded due to fire weather.
There is a scared little girl whose mother has been abducted.
I need a better location.
I'll get it.
How will you get it?
I know Emily is with you. Where are you going?
The all-star supporting cast are only heard on the phone, and they include Ethan Hawke, Paul Dano, Riley Keough, and Peter Sarsgaard. Directed by Antoine Fuqua, The Guilty does have some good performances, but unfortunately they have to follow the same quotes as in the original version. I expected more out of it, like a different direction or a new perspective. Instead, it follows too closely to the original, and I wasn't surprised. A close call because of Gyllenhaal and the cast, but thumbs down because of the recycling. And our last movie, and this was not a great week, is The Starling, a depressing comedy in which director Theodore Melfi reunites with his St. Vincent stars Melissa McCarthy and Chris O'Dowd in the story of a couple who suffered from a great loss, which lands the husband in the hospital and the wife visiting him every Tuesday.
How's he doing, really?
it's going to take some time. He's been through a lot. And what about you?
Oh, I'm fine.
McCarthy is advised to visit a former psychiatrist played by Kevin Kline, who is now a cynical vet, while she has to deal with a mischievous bird in her garden. I guess these scenes are supposed to be funny, but they're not.
Get the hell out of here! Go!
You familiar with stage 3 of the grieving process?
Ah!
It's anger,
Comes after that.
depression.
Great. I can't wait.
The Starling is a made-for-Netflix feature like The Guilty, but unlike that film, this one feels more like a Hallmark entry because of its terrible performances, lame jokes, misguided drama, and lack of inspiration. And if you want a better Melissa McCarthy drama to see, Can You Ever Forgive Me from 2018 is the one for you, not The Starling, which is one of the year's worst films, so skip it. Now let's recap the movies I reviewed today. Thumbs down for Dear Evan Hansen, a cynical and cowardly musical with Ben Platt being too old to be reprising his Broadway role as a kid with social anxiety who ends up caught in a lie. Thumbs down for The Guilty. Jake Gyllenhaal and the cast were good, but the story was recycling the same script as in the Danish film. And finally, thumbs down for The Starling with Melissa McCarthy, Chris O'Dowd, and Kevin Kline. They deserve better than this. I'm Christopher Zweig. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies. For more amazing content, please like and subscribe to my channels. You can also read my reviews at cjatthemovies.com and listen to my podcast reviews at newhdradio.com.